Hello everyone, welcome to Blightfall. This is our first episode for our Let's Play series for Minecraft Java. And in this episode, we're going to be starting the mod pack and trying to get a foothold on the planet's surface. So let's go ahead and make our game. Taint. Oh noes. And as you can see, you can only pick what kind of game you want to play. This is on 1.7.10. If you are unsure on how to install the mod pack, in the body of the video, so you have the video and then the body down here that has the timestamps and everything. If you're unsure, then read the body of the video because I give complete instructions on how to download and set up the mod pack. And I hope you all are going to play along with me because this is going to be so much fun, right? Alright, let's do this. Now I'm not sure what to expect, so we got to be ready for anything. Okay, so don't worry about any errors or anything. This is a really old version. So it's given us 2 quest books for some reason. Let's see here. We are, it looks like, in some kind of structure. Perhaps a spaceship. Probably a spaceship. So let's read this. It looked like a perfect planet. Smack in the Goldilocks zone, full of minerals, and even complete with pre-existing plant and animal life. When the scientists at Space Command saw the scan results, their jaws hit the floor. Plans to make a colony ship started that day. 4 years later, the Starship Jaded set out on her maiden journey. But now that we've arrived, it's clear that things are not as they first appeared. A seething, teeming purple biomass covers the surface, spewing forth maligned alien entities that cruelly murdered the initial scouts. We aren't sure if the scans were wrong, if something happened in the few years it took to warp here, or if Space Command was just lying to us. But this is not the paradise we were promised. We're leaving the rest of the colonists in cryostasis for now and sending you down to the surface as our last attempt before giving up and taking the Jaded and her colonists back to the homeworld. We've got little to offer you besides a glass bioshelter to keep the aliens out. Resources are limited, and we're only willing to invest so much more into what will probably be a failed expedition. But if you're resourceful and lucky, perhaps we can find a way to make this colony work after all. Click here to start. Okay, so all of you guys are probably not familiar with this quest book, so we're going to figure it out. So it says quests, 91 quests in total, 7 unlocked quests, 0 completed quests, 7 quests in total. Click here to show quests. So we have reputation right here. Mission outlook, concerned. Dark One's impression, curious. Uh-oh. So there's something called a Dark One. Ruh-roh. Lives. Hardcore mode is not active. You have an infinite amount of lives. So apparently you can click on hardcore. Party. You're currently not at a party. Click here to open the party window. So you would click here if you have buddies. And you would click here, I guess, if you wanted to do hardcore. So let's show the quests. So, instructor. Hello, my name is Dr. Fairchild, and I have been instructed to, well, instruct you. My tasks will teach you the basics of how to survive on this hostile alien planet. They should be easy to complete and give you a good foundation for further exploration. So you would click open, and then this is the quests. So, what is this thing? This device, in addition to letting you communicate with the leadership of the Jaded, can also transmit items to us by breaking them down into data and beaming them to us. You can also receive items from us in the same way. It's a technology based on ME networks, but more limited. Try sending us a dirt block by breaking one nearby, returning to this menu, and then clicking the manual submit button. Okay, we can't do this yet because we're not on the planet's surface. So you see this little arrow right here? This goes all the way back, and then this just goes back to where we were. See that? So this goes back to the initial thing we read. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what this guy is all about. I'll put the quest book over here. I don't know why it gave us two of them. Let's look around a little bit. What is all this? Got some stuff going on. I see something in there called a drop computer. That's interesting. What is this? Warning. Breaking or placing blocks aboard the Jaded is prohibited by executive mandate. Violators will be looked at sternly and accused of cheating. Okay. So this says Deck A. Central Power. Deck C. Okay. Situation Room. Warp Chamber. Alright. Transport Bay. So we got an NPC in here called Maribel Hackett. Hello, Maribel. Just step onto one of these pods to get started. If you're on a team, make sure to use the same drop pod as the rest of your team. Which one? Pod Alpha is headed to what used to be a fertile grassland. It's probably the easiest place to get started. Beta heads to the savannah, which is only a little more difficult. Gamma puts you in the taiga. Delta drops you off in some clay arches. Epsilon puts you in the middle of a desert. Omega is by far the hardest, dropping you off in a biodome under the ocean. Huh. If you're alone, go to Pod Alpha. If you're adventuring with others, you ought to form teams. Each dome has enough arable land to support 3 people or so. If you have more than that, you'll have to discuss amongst yourselves who gets which pod. Okay, so the underwater thing might not be too bad. It's funny because it says it's the hardest one, but it would, in my mind, it would probably be the easiest one. Because this whole planet's covered in taint. Taint can't go in the water. So, although you would have to, like, swim up to get out of the dome, but I would probably be the easiest, I would think. The most central would probably be the grassland one. Oh, it was a Pod Alpha. I don't think starting in the desert would probably be a wise idea. Say well. Any advice? Well, most people don't bother to ask, but here are some tips. Hunger is going to be a problem. Try not to run or jump. Build stairs. Conserve energy if you mine deep. The purple biomass will hurt you if you step on it, but will not kill you if you stay well fed Make sure to go on scouting expeditions to impress the leadership. You can use that goodwill to requisition food later if you get in a tight spot. Seriously, we expect you to ask for food. There's no shame in it. Speaking of that, don't forget to ask Driscoll for seeds whenever possible. You need to keep your diet varied. 2 stacks of bread does not a healthy diet make. Driscoll's seeds will help with that. Anything else? Not a whole lot. If you manage to get food controlled, then you can use the old tried and true base development principles you know and love. I hear you're an expert at that sort of thing. Yes, ma'am. Branch mining, high density farming, combat against undead and explosive monsters. We hired the best, right? Okay. Alright, well, I think we should head to the grassland probably. Although I am intrigued about the underwater thing. Drop pod Omega. Drop pod Epsilon. Delta. Gamma. Beta. Alpha. So the last one for underwater was Omega, wasn't it? I think it was. Omega. So this is the underwater one. This is the grass one. Do we want to do the underwater one or the grass one? Decisions. Well, we can't go back and change our decisions, so I mean, this is a gamble, a risk, so I think we should probably just go with the grassland. And then when we get more experienced and all that, maybe we could do another playthrough on the Omega. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that, because we don't even know what we're doing, guys. We're probably going to die terribly, horribly. Alright, so we're in Alpha. This is supposed to take us to some kind of grasslands place. So I guess we just click this. You will be assigned to Team Alpha. This team is sent to the most arable biodome closest to the center of the continent. So we're in the center of the continent. That's not ideal. Its central location will make all exploration quests much easier. Okay, yeah, but we're surrounded by taint, so it's going to be a painful experience. Alien ores under the starting location make early progression easier. Do you wish to proceed? Well, it's got ores, so that's good. Yeah, sure, let me do this. Very well. Initiating transportation sequence. Here goes. Okay, so we are on the planet's surface. And that's the taint. What is this? Transporter beacon. Abort. So you can go back to the ship. What's this? Okay. Okay, that's scary. These are all quest books. They think that there are going to be that many people with me? Ruh-roh. Alright, so we're here. Yay. We have a bed. We have quite a few beds. Okie dokies. So let's get our quest book out and start reading. So he wanted us to give him a square of dirt. So let's do that. Manual submit. So you have to actually manual submit, right? So there. And then you claim your reward. it's going to give us a +1 to mission outlook. Now you're just going to do this. Oh, actually, this. There we go. Alright, requisitioning items. You're going to need to see the requisition officer, Corporal Driscoll. He'll give you items to help you in your mission. Using the same interface you used here, why don't you ask for starter sapling? Right-click until you get the crew menu. Then click on the supplier to enter Driscoll's menu. Ask for a sapling from him, and then show it to me, and I'll tell you what to do next. Okay. Well, there are... I mean, I could do that. There are trees right over there, though. Okay. So the first thing we want to do is you're going to come up to video settings and you're going to turn this render distance way down, guys. We are only on this tiny little blob of land. So we don't want it rendering areas way out there because the taint will spread faster. So let's just keep the render distance down for now. Okay, so we got to go all the way back and go to the supplier. I'm Corporal Driscoll. I manage the stock and inventory of this operation. If you need any supplies, feel free to ask. Just remember, the more you take, the more concerned the leadership will be about your progress. Okay, so I'm concerned about doing this. That's all right. So give me this. Okay, so it's not actually going to impact, so it's okay. So he's going to give us a sapling. And then we're going to go back over here to the instructor. And we're going to say, hey, look, we got a sapling. And he'll be like, okay. So we got +10, and he's going to give us some bone meal. So that's cool. Okay, so the next thing is get wood. As you have probably heard, the planet is mostly covered by a poisonous, hostile purple biomass. We dropped you in one of the few spots that seems safe. I think it has something to do with that silver tree in the center of your containment area. Better not chop it down. That could be disastrous. Instead, use the bone meal I gave you to grow the sapling you got from Driscoll and use its wood to start crafting. Okay. Alright. Well, this is a nice little area over here, so let's go ahead and plant him. Oh, look, we got a seed. And grow our tree. And punch some wood. You know, basic Minecraft stuff. Alright. So you'll notice that animals and stuff get covered in taint if they stay out in the taint long enough. These guys are aggressive and they will kick your butt. So, just a heads up. Okay, we got 2 saplings so far. So we're going to plant some saplings around. We're going to put one right here, one right here. And go ahead and submit this. Oh, it wants a crafting table. Okay. We can do that. Wink. And there's our crafting table. And we're going to +1. We get a +1 on the outlook, which is good. So we're going to go back. So we did that. A little help here. Farming might be hard and food is scarce. To counteract that, we can provide bone meal upon request, up to once per day. The ship leadership decided that in order to save our bone meal supply, they will not provide you with bone meal unless you request it. So try to remember to pick up some every day. Okay, so it does not cost anything, guys, so do this. It gives you bone meal every day. You get 7 of them, so that's good. So it's right here. So you could choose, I want tutorials or I need no tutorials. And since some people are playing along that have never, ever played on this version and are unfamiliar with the mods, we're going to go ahead and do the tutorial because I want everyone to have a good start. Executive Mandate 2625B prohibits the construction of the inferior tools you might be used to. Instead, you'll have to build the modular tools invented by Dr. Diyo. I'll talk you through this process. If you like, just register for the tutorials by sending me a dirt block. Okay, so he needs 1 dirt block. Submit. Claim. Okay, so come back. Alright, so we got the tutorial unlocked. To make tools, you'll need some specialized equipment. First, you'll need a number of blank patterns, at least 4. If you need to know how to build something, type the name of any object into the search bar at the bottom of your inventory screen. Then click on the block you want to know about in the list to the right. So it wants us to make 4 blank patterns. So you get these, make sticks, and then do that again, and do this, and do that, and this is your blank patterns. Okay, so you're going to submit. Tools to build the parts. Next, you need to use those patterns to build some other equipment. For now, you'll need a pattern chest and a part builder. Use the same search bar in your interface if you need to know how to build them. Okay, so we need a part builder and a pattern chest. So you can just open this up and go at Tinkers. And these are all the things that you can, the things that they're wanting. So we need a part builder. So that's a log and a pattern. Just like that. And we're going to need a pattern chest, which is a chest and a blank pattern. So you can take your crafting table and you can put it into the thing and it'll turn it into a Tinker's Construct crafting table. Isn't that cool? So we're going to take this log out right here so we can do this. That's our crafting table. I'm going to need some more wood, and these trees are not one to grow. Grow, darn it. All right. Definitely don't waste your bone meal. Unless you have to. Because you only have a little bit, right? So we got... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So we got some more saplings. So we could put one right there, one right there. Got some more animals. Because I brought the view distance in some, it's probably going to spawn a lot more in this area, but that's okay. I don't want it to consume all the trees and stuff around us, because it's going to be a little while before we can get out there. It will be a little while. All right. So we got a little bit of wood now. It wants a chest. So there's our chest. So we put the chest and a pattern on it, and it's going to make a pattern chest. You see that? So you can put the pattern chest down, and it already comes stocked, apparently, with a bunch of patterns. So that's pretty cool. Oh, actually, you know what? I think it's going to want us to submit it, so let's do that. So we got a +1 on it. So good. All right. So now parts to build the tools. Great. Place those blocks somewhere in the world in the pattern chest. You should find a set of patterns, take them out, and take them to the part builder. Put the patterns on the left side and some of the material on the right side, and you can use wood as a material to get basic wooden parts, but later on try experimenting with different materials. Build the parts shown to the right. They'll be used to make a pickaxe and a mattock. So we need to make a pickaxe head, a binding, a shovel head, and a wood axe head. Okay, so let's put him down, and then we're going to take our part builder and put him down, and we're going to need some wood. So you pick it up like this. So this is see how it reads it? It reads the chest. That's really cool, right? So we're going to pick up the pickaxe head, put this right here, and then we're going to do the binding, and then we're going to do the shovel head, and then we're going to do the axe head, just like that. And then we're going to submit it. And then go back. Tools to build the tools. Next, you need to make a tool station to assemble your parts into a tool. So we have to make a tool station. Tool station. So it's a crafting station with a blank pattern. And we are in need of another tree. Let's go ahead and rest again. I think we're probably going to keep this particular bed right here, and then the other ones we'll pick up and do something on, like storm or something. We'll get rid of those two. Okay, so I'm going to have to convince one of these to grow. Come on. Wow, he does not want to grow. Okay, let's try this one then. Thank you. Okay. So we can requisition some more bone meal because it's a new day. Okay, so we need to make a crafting table and then make it a crafting station and then put a blank pattern above it. And we're going to put that down. Okie dokies. So, to put these guys together... Oh, actually, shoot. I have to submit it, don't I? Okay. Now we have to actually make the tools. Last step. actually building the tools. Last step, at your tool station, assemble your parts into a pick and a mattock. You're ready to mine and farm. If your tools ever break, they won't disappear. Instead, they will just stop working. You can repair them at any time by putting one back in the tool station with a wood plank. If you have any more questions, look in the book I send as a reward. So it wants us to make a pickaxe and a mattock. Okay, so we're going to need to make 2 tool rods. So that's a stick. This is a tool rod. So we got to make 2 of these. And put that back. And you're going to click on this. And you're going to put your head. And then your binding. And then your tool rod. And there's your pick. And then we're going to need to make a mattock. So you're going to put your tool rod right here. And then you're going to put your axe and your shovel. Okay. All right. So now that you have the mattock, you can come over here. And you can hoe the ground. And yeah, it already broke. But we need to get food started, so it's important because we're gonna starve if we don't. Alright, so we got 2 more wheat seeds. It takes time to grow stuff, so it's important to get them in the ground as soon as you can. Alright. Take these saplings. Put one back down. Not being very lucky, we haven't gotten any apples. No apples for us yet. So you'll notice that the lighting is really blocky. You can come in here, I've already done it, but you could come in here and you can set the smooth lighting, right? So I really suggest doing that. You can also fiddle with some of the settings and everything. So, all right, let's see here. Now that we've gotten a whole bunch of saplings planted, go ahead and so you don't have to put this into the tool station unless you really want to. You can just put it in your inventory and you can repair it from your inventory. Now the first thing you're going to notice is that these things are not very durable. Oh look, we got a piggy. Hello piggy. Hi. Yeah, we're going to eat that piggy because, you know, like, we need to. We're terrible people. Alright, so I'm going to have to make a weapon. So to make a weapon, you're going to come over here and you're going to click on it and it's going to tell you what you need. So you need a sword blade, a wide guard, and a handle. So there's our handle. We need a wide guard. And a sword blade. And then you're going to combine them together over here. That, and that. So now we have a weapon. And now we have some pork. Yeah. I know, it's terrible. Cry me a river. I do not feel bad at all about it. Because we got to eat. Alright. So we got some more wood, which is good. We're going to have it to repair our stuff, because here in a second we're going to go mine some, because it is just not going to cut it using wood tools. So remember, pigs eat carrots. Well, we don't have carrots, so multiplying the piggies is not in the cards right now, so all piggies must die and all that good stuff. Okay, so wood is just not going to cut it, really. So we're going to come down here and get some of this here in a second. So we did that. It's going to give us our mission outlook. So now we have a whole bunch of other stuff here. It's going to want us to get some bread, and this is going to want us to tech up. Where to mine. If you need help knowing where to mine for various metals, look at this book written by our geologist, Dr. Nagasawa. It will tell you where you are most likely to find certain metals and other mineable materials. Some of the pages start off locked, but unlocking them shouldn't be too hard. Look in the book to see how to find Dr. Nagasawa's other books under the supplier tab. So this actually reduces our mission outlook, but that's okay. So we got it. Mining resource collection. This book contains statistics and information to help you find materials to use for tools. It is specific to this world and its unique distribution of ores, and includes helpful maps to help you know where to dig. To avoid confusing users, this book is intentionally incomplete. You will notice some pages are listed as being locked. To unlock these pages, simply acquire one of the listed materials. Alright, so it shows you stone. This is the map. Okay. Should gravel. So you can find these anywhere. And it tells you the heights. And stone is only found right there. Netherrack is only found right there. Shards. Whole place. The entry on coal is locked. Copper. Promethium. Zinc. Deep iron. Certus. Iron. Ore-clast. Nether quartz. So all of this is locked. Good lord. That's a lot of stuff. Okay. So if we find it, it unlocks it. So what about this book? Tools and modifiers. This book contains statistics and information on the tools you can craft with Dr. Diyo's modular tool system. It also provides info on the modifiers you can attach to them. Because the materials have been split off into a different book, the tools and modifiers section of materials in EU Volume 2 by Skylab have been moved to this volume. So it tells you basically what you can get, and then at the back it'll tell you statistics and stuff. So that's very cool. Okie dokies. So we did that. Don't claim it again. It'll just give you the books again and reduce your thingy. So don't do that. Okay? This is in case you lose the book. So we did that. Teching up. You'll notice that neither wood nor stone can mine most metals. You'll need something slightly tougher before you can mine metals. Try flint. Okay, so we need to make a flint pickaxe. Okay, so yeah, we probably should do this. I don't have a torch yet. Sorry, guys. I know it's dark. So let's go ahead and get some flint. You should probably mine the flint with your hand because it has a better return on getting on the actual flint pieces. Okay. So, got some flint. Let's go ahead and grab some of this stone while we're at it. Okay. So we got 9 stone. All right, so we're gonna have to get some flint going here. Now you'll notice in 1.7.10 they did not have a shield slot yet. So you can't just put things in your offhand. Because there is no offhand. Okay. So you put your thing in there and then you're going to do this. And then you're going to do this. And then you're going to do this. And we don't have enough to do the sword yet. To repair it, of course, you'll have to have flint. So keep that in mind. Okay. So give it its flint and we'll have our sword blade. All right. So now that we have that, we can claim our reward. You know, Executive Mandate 2625B only prohibits the construction of gold, iron, stone, wood, and diamond tools. Copper and most other unconventional metals can all be crafted into tools just as normal. Making tools the normal way means they can be enchanted on an enchanting table. It also makes them look cooler. Eventually, we'll be able to melt metals down in the smeltery and make them Dr. Diyo's way instead. That way uses less material and makes the tool easier to upgrade and repair. It's up to you to determine which is better. Okay. So it wants us to make a copper pickaxe, which is, yeah, it's going to be a little while. So we'll come over here and make me a upgrade, please. So I stick this in there, and then you stick that in there. Oh, right. It has to be repaired. I forgot about that. Hold the phone. So repair that, and repair that. Okay. So now we can upgrade it. So put him in there, and then you put the pickaxe head, and then see, it even changes the graphic. Isn't that cool? So you put that in there, and then you put this and that. Well, you have to do it one at a time, I suppose. And then that, and then we have a flint Mattock, and then we can do our sword. There. Gives them more durability, and on the sword part, it makes it hit harder. And this is increasing the mining level. So this is mining level. I'm not sure. What is this mining level? Mining level hard non-metal. Okay. All right. So we need some charcoal, because if we don't get some charcoal going, then we're not going to have any torches. So let us put our furnace right there. Go ahead and start making some coal, shall we? Okay. First bit of torches. Yeah. Because I want my trees to grow. Please. Please grow. Alright. So I give him one and I'll take one. That seems fair, right? And let's put a torch down here because I don't want nasty spawning. Alright. Already starting to feel better about all this. All this goobly gops. So look, we already have a tree. Isn't that awesome? And see, this is much faster. Look at that. Look at it go. Yeah, very good. Very good. Don't waste your tool durability on destroying leaves because it wastes your tool durability. Alright. So now we got some torches down. Our trees will start growing, which is really good. So now, my lovelies, we got to get some wood going. So this taint is giant pain in the butt, but there's some things that we can do. We have choices, okay? We have choices. So first choice, we can choose to make a sky base, or we can just try to stay on the ground and try to work around the taint. Both are viable options. Taint is giant freaking PETA, and we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to have to create. So both are viable. Now taint can't go up things like, well, for one, taint can't taint water, and taint can't go up slabs. So you can actually make a sky base if you want to, as long as the taint can't get to it. Keep in mind though that the taint can spawn these little flying buggers that can get you. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. Just because you make a base in the sky doesn't mean you're safe, okay? But I'm trying to think logistically about what would be the best thing to do, because we're gonna have we definitely need lots of farmland, right? We need lots of farmland, so we're gonna have to get some seeds. Seeds are important because you got to have a variety of food. Now, if I remember correctly, you're going to need to have at least 5 different food items, maybe more, that you can eat. And our food has already gone down. You saw that? So we need to get busy with this, or we're going to be so bad. So we got some apples from the trees. Oh, we just got a new seed and another new seed. So what is this seed that we got? So we got cotton. Cotton. So let's go ahead and do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hoeing really does take a lot of durability. Two, 3, 4. I'm not sure how far out this is going to go. I'm going to repair my Mattock. Let's see if it returns on me. It might. Alright. Get this barley planted. And we'll put a torch right there. We got a good sheep. Hello, good sheep. So, if you do this, you can make wooden shears. See that? So we got a good sheep to spawn. We can't feed it anything yet, but we got some apples here. Can I turn this into... Can I turn this into string? String. You cannot backwards it, so that's not good. But we did get a sheep, so that's really good. So this is one thing that we've eaten. We can also cook up this raw pork chop. And we've got some more seeds that we could plant over here. So the barley is good. So you're early starting, it looks like it's going to be kind of slow because you got to get some food going and all that. And you cannot go out into the taint really until you have a way to heal. The taint will hurt you when you step on it. So okay, so we have some cooked pork. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something, right? It's something. Alright, so we're going to need some kind of bucket. So let's go over here and do a bucket. So we've got iron bucket. We got a fired clay bucket. So the iron bucket is obviously iron, but we can't get iron yet. Clay bucket, however, we could probably do. It just requires 3 clay. So we could save that, right? So once this thing gets done, we'll be able to get some food. So we can... Oh, give me that back. Okay. So this is going to give us 1 string. Or we can plant more. Planting more would probably be more beneficial, right? Okay, so this right here is bread. Because we expect this land would be fertile, our ready-to-eat food stores are limited. Corporal Driscoll can give you access to our emergency rations, but if we intend to establish a permanent presence here, we'll need to set up a stable food supply. See if you can get a farm going. We've got seeds here from the Jaded if you need them, but we're hoping you could find some. Please send us the following items. So it wants us to make bread. So we've got seeds going already. So. And looks like this guy's got some wool for us. Shame we can't actually, like, do anything with it yet. And we need to work on getting some more flint. Because our Mattock is going to have to be repaired again. Alright, we got a couple. That's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and make a chest. For our stuff. So you'll notice that the crafting station can access the chest if it's next to it. So that's really nice. Storage drawers are in this if you are familiar with storage drawers. We can put our books in there because we don't need them right now. Right. Let's go ahead and get some more of this cooking. So we want to plant these. So we're going to turn them into seeds. Because that is important. I got a little buddy down there. So what I want to do is I want to make all of this the same level. And we're going to build upwards, I think. Because I think that would be a good idea. Those are bad. When they pop, little spiders come out. So they're not good things. The taint is very dangerous. And when we start running around, we're going to increase the view distance again. While we're working in the base right here, I just didn't want it to eat up all the landscape around us. Okay, so let's see what other things we can do to try to make things a little bit more streamlined. And grab some of these. And we're going to need to get some of this. And then what I want to do is burn 3 of these. Okay, so in this, they have a food mod called Pam's Harvestcraft. And Pam's Harvestcraft has a bunch of tools and stuff that you can use for cooking. Hey, buddy. Let's not do that around my crops, please. Go on. Go that way. And we should probably sequester that guy somewhere. So, let's go ahead and do that, shall we? I think this is the version where fences, yeah, okay. So gates are still like this. But fences are just sticks. See that? All right. So let's see if we can get this guy situated somewhere. I kind of want him on this level. So we could move him over here, I suppose. To this corner. There. So we do have to wait for this stuff to grow, but our cooking should be done. So we can take this and come over here to the crafting grid, and we can do this and put a stick inside of it, and that's going to give us a mortar and pedestal. So the mortar and pedestal can make all kinds of stuff. So that's good. So let's go ahead and eat a pork chop. Variety, right? Variety. Okay, well, while we're waiting, let's come on down here. And what I want to do is I want to start clearing all of this underneath. So, like that. And then we will be filling in this level with dirt. Now, when we go upwards, we'll be able to make it a lot bigger because we won't be so hemmed in by the taint. So it'll kind of be a little bit like a skyblock, sort of. But we can have stuff on the ground level too, and further down if we want to. But it's important that you understand that the taint can get you, so... Now, if we can score some ethereal blooms, then the ethereal blooms will cure the taint. So we would be able to actually retake some land. But we gotta find them first before that can happen. Get these trees planted back. So this gives us a lot more room by leveling it out. So... it's a good thing. And then once these guys are done, we'll be able to make some string and we'll be able to make a fishing rod. Or at least why is that's what my plan is. And I'm gonna try to finagle fishing in that one little spot of water that we've got. So we got another piggy who has happily volunteered to become... oh, we got 2 piggies. 3 piggies! Look at us go! Very nice. So yeah, the animals will just keep spawning, which is awesome. This guy's done, I think. Okay. So, you take this, you put your mortar and pestle, and it makes flour. You're probably like, well, what's the point of that? Well, you can cook the flour straight up. See this? Very cool. And we're going to cook up these pork chops. Let's see what else we can do with the pork chops. So you can make a ham bone. You make pizza. Sugar. Gotta have bakeware, which requires... a lot. But this is going to make us really good bread, so very good. Alright, we can submit this. Look, we've got bread. +5. Yeah. Look at us go. Alright, so cooking for blockheads. If you ever want to know what foods you can make, you can build this special table and fridge. Place them next to each other, then put all your food items into the fridge. Right click on the table will show you all the foods you can make with the ingredients in the adjacent fridge. That should help you see at a glance what your food situation is. So it wants us to make a cooking table. And I know 100% that we do not have the mats to do that. Aw. Little chicken spawned out there. Which is now going to be a dead chicken. Sorry, chicken. Sorry, chicken. We feel bad for you. So we have bread now. So bread's good. We can cook these pork chops up. Okay, got a little bit of flint. That's good. Okie dokies. So put this in there. Keep these on us. Put that in there because we don't need it right this very second. That chicken just got turned. I had 2 nasty chickens trying to eat my sheep too. Trying to eat my sheeps. My poor sheep are weepers. That thing's fixing to pop on us. Okay, so put this in there and then this in there and make the flour. And then we're gonna cook it. So we have pork chops now. Didn't get enough cotton to make string. It takes 3. So we'll just have to wait. Things are coming right along. Things are coming right along. Eventually we'll be able to have enough food that we can go exploring, which will be good. I want to check out quite a lot of things. So here's the map. This is what it looks like. This is all handmade. Pretty amazing, right? So we're in the center right here, it looks like. So there's our biodome. So we can see there's something right here that we should probably go check out. And it looks like there's 2 villages right here that we can go check out. And there's like a little forest right here. I can't tell if this is like a desert or... I think this is a desert. So that would be the desert dome. Now I'm wondering if each one of these places has a teleporter like ours. Because if it does, then we can turn on the teleporter just like we did when we got down to this one. And it would let us teleport to these different areas. So going around and turning on all the teleports would probably be a good idea, right? Because then it'd allow us to get around easier. Because remember, running through the taint is going to hurt. So the animals are a big problem, I think, because well, as you can see, they get tainted and aggressive. I'm wondering if there's anything we can do with these apples. So if we had some sugar and some dough, we could make apple pie. Sugar, probably not that hard to get. Dough requires water. So we're going to need a bucket. And it requires salt. I think salt's renewable though. If I remember correctly. You can get salt by using water. So we'll look into that for sure. Alright. See, we're really starting to actually make some progress, so it's really good. We'll be able to get some fish as soon as we get those cotton plants finished. Need to get all this fixed up that we can stop jumping all over the place. Needs to be all leveled out like it is right here. Yeah, I think that's gonna do just right. I do. Yeah, we'll reclaim all of this once we dig over here. We got to dig over here first, so. It's amazing the amount of wasted space when it goes up and down, right? When I look at this, this is quite nice. Running out of dirt, though. Running out of dirt. We like apples. Apples are good. So we have some more bread. So we have 3 different types of things to eat. We're getting more wood, so let's burn some more. Okay. And we can get this wheat. So let's go ahead and get the wheat going. Alright, so we have enough for 1. We need 1 more string and we'll be able to make... Oh, there's the spiders. Not too lovely, are they? If you can get them jumping and bouncing, they can actually kill themselves. So, that's nice. You definitely don't want to mess with spiders, though. Yeah, see. They smack themselves, so. Not too hard to deal with. Just got 2 left. Who don't really seem too awfully intent. I would really like to go get those, but that would be probably not very smart. Probably. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice some of this because I really need to get this going. Alright, so we have some more string. So let's go ahead and make us up a fishing rod. And let's go fish. So we only have this tiny little itty bitty square that we can fish in, right? Which is fine. You just gotta like angle it just right, okay? Just like that. And catch some fish and we will do something with those. So because Tinker's Construct is in this, we'll be able to cook the fish 2 different ways. We can cook it on in the furnace, or we can dry it. So that is considered 2 separate food items, or at least it should be. So this is Pam's Harvestcraft, which means you can turn it into a regular fish for stacking purposes. So the next thing that would be a really good acquisition would be some chickens. If we can grab some chickens, then I don't think we can eat the eggs, but we can definitely breed the chickens and, you know, use chicken meat. So that would be really good. And if we can score, we are going to have to go out soon because we're going to need to get some supplies. We need a bucket for one because we need to be able to make a proper farm which means we need to be able to move the water. So we're going to fish up some of this fish though first, and then we're going to set half onto the drying racks, which we haven't made yet, and we're going to set the other half to cooking. Now the dried fish is not going to be very good on satiation, so, but it's something, you know, it's better than nothing. Pam's Harvestcraft is really punishing on how much it fills you up, because it wants you to make more complicated recipes. Oh, that was a straight up raw fish. So I think what we're going to do exploration wise is I think we're going to try to go down here and see what's down there. And I would go over to the river, probably be good too, because we need clay. Okay, so we have 8 and 8. We can cook. We can straight up cook 4. And now we're going to make some drying racks. So drying racks are not that hard to make. First you need to make some slabs, right? Just like that. And then you're going to do this. And that makes the drying racks. 2, 3, 4. So we only need 4 for right now. And you can set your drying racks up. I'm going to bang this out real quick. So we got 1, 2, 3. No, don't do that. And 4. So you just put the fish on the drying rack and it will dry them. It takes a little time though. So we have these now. So we have some food, which is good. We can do another try at getting some seeds. Not sure if we're going to get any other seeds really. Probably not. I think we've probably gotten all that we're going to get from these guys. More than likely. But we can put a bunch of trees down. Oh, we got another sheep. Now, this sheep is actually a good if we can get him into that pen. So let me grab some of this and see if we can lead him. Are you gonna... Are you serious? Okay, so they've reduced how far the animals can walk for some reason. If they're being led by food. I am not really sure why, but okay. Come on, buddy, you can do it. There you go. So we're just kind of getting going in that general direction. Come on. Get on up here. There you go. You're doing great, buddy. You're doing great. So if we can start breeding sheep, that would be good, because then we would be able to, you know, abduct the babies and separate them out, eat them. So there's our 2 sheepy poos. So you can't lead animals. That's gonna make things a little bit harder. Not, you know, not so hard that it's gonna be like really bad, but it's definitely gonna make it a little bit more challenging. So spawning animals at our base is probably a really good thing, and we should do everything we can for that. So we're going to remove this bed and this bed because they're taking up space. Let's stick it in the chest. And we shall just basic, you know, keep on top of everything, keep the trees chopped down and stuff like that. So I think in the next episode, we're definitely going to go out exploring because we should have plenty of stuff to do that. I really want to get some initial exploration around the area. We need to get some sugarcane and some clay. Sugarcane and clay are the two big things we need a whole bunch of clay. So because Pam's Harvestcraft requires lots of clay. So this mod pack is kind of terrifying, gotta admit. It's the taint is horrific. So good job on that. I'm sorry if you guys wanted me to just like go out and start exploring, because you know I'm not like that. We don't go until we're ready, because that's how you get your butt killed. So, and I really don't like dying. Okay, go ahead and pick up all the saplings. Oh, they got some more apples. That's really good. So the apples we can make quite a lot of things with, but we need stuff. Like we can make the bakeware. We'll be able to make a whole bunch of stuff out of that. Oh, a cutting board. We can make fruit salad, so that's nice. We could make fruit punch, which is nice. So there's quite a lot of things we can make, but we need sugar. So sugar. And I also need to dig this out underneath us. Okay, so these are done. So this will give us something else to eat. And like I said, it doesn't restore a lot, but it's something that's not the same, basically. So, because it doesn't want you to be constantly eating the same thing over and over again. Oh. We got another sheeper. Push him over there to the pen. Give me these. Go on, go that way. Go that way. Should probably try to get one block cramming on these guys. Go on, get in there. He doesn't want to participate. Can you guys like move over? Jeez. Taking up all the space. Go on. Get in there. There you go. There you goes. But yeah. Should probably do that. Gonna need to get the animal farms. We're gonna need to have some cobble. Now we have really limited space, so we're going to have to go with the cramming method. It also alleviates me having to smack them, which you know that bothers me, so we should probably do that. So that wall right there is the wall that you can't go past. Okay, we got a little bit of cobble. Might be able to do something with that. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we are going to need some hoppers to get this going, and a chest, of course. Move this over. There. And then we could do this. Okay. So we're going to need a chest per, right? I don't know if wooden hoppers are in this. If wooden hoppers are in, then we will use those. Let's look. What kind of hoppers? So we only have the regular hoppers. So we need iron, which means we need copper, because I don't think you can pick it. I don't think you can pick up what we need to pick up with flint. So wow, that was a lot. Okay, and then we can do this. Breed. Make lots of babies. I would actually like to separate them out so that I don't have to worry about smacking them. I don't actually know if they drop meat. Do they drop meat in this version? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played 1.7.10. I think they do, maybe. And if not, I know Pam's adds stuff, so probably do. More than likely. So, is this done? Oh, I didn't set any to burn. Oops. Oopsie doodles. Well, it's okay. We'll get that going. So I got a lot to clear out down here for leveling purposes. Oh, we just unlocked coal, so that's really cool. Now you don't want to go that way because that's going to be taint. So, I mean, we might be able to just bang it out, right? And then put that down. Just fill in with cobbles. Now, because we picked up coal, it should have unlocked coal on that book. So we should probably go check that out. And see. Right? We should put that in there. So that was this one. Coal. So we unlocked zinc, deep iron, promethium, copper. So it says copper is found between 7 and 60. So it wants copper for the quest. It wants us to make a copper pickaxe. See? I keep forgetting to get the bone meal. I keep forgetting. Okay, well, we don't need it in our inventory right this very second. And we don't need that. We should probably keep the regular coal because I don't want to burn it. I'd rather use charcoal. So, our charcoal is doing good. In the next episode, we're going to have some exploring to do. So if you're playing along in between episodes, you need to fish, get your harvests up. You want to ideally have 10 of each one of these if possible. So, you know, just, you know, go through the numbers. You know, harvest the trees for the apples and whatnot. And when you're waiting on things, work on carving out below. Because we're going to also have above too, not just below. Because we're going to have a giant base. It's going to be huge. Remember, we're not here to homestead, okay? We're here to make it safe for the colonists so that they have something to fall back on. So, I mean, later on, once we get established, and we can worry about making a home and all that. But right now, all we got to worry about is survival. We need to get a start, because if we can't survive, then the colonists certainly are not going to be able to survive. So we need to do what we can do to ensure our own survival, and then work on the survival of the colonists. So, since we're going to go exploring in the next episode, you guys need to make sure you got enough food. All right? That's like super important. All right, I think that's going to be just about it. We got quite a good start, I think. I'm not sure what we're going to find in the next episode, but hopefully we'll get the clay and the sugar cane, because that's what we need. So my plan is to come over here to the water and see if we can find some clay and some sugar cane. I also want to check this out. We're going to make a few boats. So on this version of Minecraft, boats get destroyed very easily. So, but it would be very beneficial, I think, to just run around and see what we can find. Remember, the taint only spreads in loaded chunks, so make sure your view distance is turned down unless you're exploring. Okay, guys, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too, and I appreciate you all coming along today. And I think this is going to be a really, 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 really fun mod pack. And I look forward to playing in the next episode because it's going to be an adventure. All right. I will see you then. You guys take care, all right? Toodles!